Hello and welcome to Magical Marker, a game of Dungeons and Dragons and drawings. We're a bunch of cartoonists and illustrators who won't just be playing the game but doodling what happens along the way. It's a PG-13 story of teens and tweens on their first big adventure on their own. Let's introduce our cast. Please introduce yourself and your character's name and your age and your class and anything else you feel like sharing. Let's start off with Boya.
Hi, my name is Boya. My character's name is Bug, and he is a bugbear who is a warlock. He's 12 years old.
Priscilla.
Hi, I'm Priscilla, and I play Isburiel, the half-elf bard, who is 17 years old and a bit of a tit.
And Caitlin.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I play Zip. She is a drow fighter, and she's 16 years old.
And how about Matt?
How about me? Hi, my name is Matt. I play Swell. He's a 15-year-old Water Ganassi cleric who worships the god Sunda. Yeah. Wait, what sort of god is he? He's a
Storm God.
storm god. Yes, I can remember things. I'm good at that. The one thing I have to do for my character is remember that he's a storm god, and he likes to make little friendship bracelets for his friends.
And I'm your Dungeon Mancer, Brian. I'm going to be playing the NPC Sutran, who is a magically animated severed hand of a spellcaster from decades ago who is searching for her other hand so she can magic herself back a body. In the tropical island of Sleeping Thunder, the adventuring party went to an adventurous party. They snuck out of the town of Thunderroot with teen guide Laura Songpearl to the base of a giant tree where the locals bury their dead. There they found a bush party in full swing. Some of them took a full swig of the hallucinogenic tears of Lundario, seeing ghosts, tasting potatoes, and hearing the voice of the god itself, the ghost tree Lundario. Isubriel rocked the Kruth and the crowd to get loud, but unfortunately, it not just raised the roof, but the dead as well. Skeletons beneath the tree came to life and attacked the partiers. The teen adventurers fought back and inspired the other revelers to overcome their fright, join the fight, and win the night. With the skeletons dead, the party was back on, and some of them stayed out until sunrise. Sleeping in past noon, the party wasn't fully ready to go back on the road. They decided to stay an extra night and go to another party. So now the party are heading out to another rave in a cave in the abandoned mine tunnel. So was there anything you guys wanted to do before you leave the tavern inn where you are staying?
Definitely wear my armor this time, and probably.
Yeah.
I think everybody said they wanted to wear their armor.
Yeah. And I'm definitely
Just in
taking
case.
my sword with me this time.
All right.
Taking weapons, taking armor. Not gonna go in unprepared because
Did we end up getting more healing potions at some point? I can't remember.
I don't think so.
You had the opportunity to make some when you were in the Dormiel Strong Soul's lair. So I think you guys did make a couple that
yeah.
Isubriel and Hart buckled down and spent 8 hours making 2 potions. And I think that was it. And you also found a fairly strong healing potion in this bedside table.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it Swell and Vitabaxi? Whose name I
Yeah.
cannot remember was the blower.
Oh, okay.
Never-
Maybe it
yeah.
was.
It
Maybe
was, yeah.
Who's carrying those potions?
Not me, apparently.
Question.
We've got it on their character sheet.
I think well, Swell would have one for sure. I think, but I don't think I put it down on my inventory.
Anybody who doesn't have it on their inventory, and I remember that it exists, it's in Boxy.
Okay.
Anybody who's, and then you say like, I need it. It's like, well, you got to find Boxy.
Okay.
If you write it down, no problem.
Did
Alright.
Bug get one? Because he has no way of healing otherwise, right?
That's true.
Yeah,
Or
I
is-
feel like Bug just relies on Foxy to carry everything.
Alright, well, I might. It's just a regular potion of healing, right?
Well, you guys made it, so you know you're proud of it. Maybe. Or
Oh,
maybe
I'm
you're
definitely-
afraid of it. Maybe you're like, I don't know, I've never made one before. I hope it's a hope. potion of
There are
healing.
many potions of healing, but this one is mine.
Put extra oranges in it.
Yeah.
Extra strength and extra portion.
Little.
All right. Well,
little
I'm
lime
gonna
flavor.
call Boxy over before we go and say, Boxy, give me one of those healing potions.
Your sentient box friend opens the lid and whoop, a potion of healing pops up to the top.
Okay, I'm gonna stick it in my pocket so I have it for later,
I'll
just
take
in case. You know.
I'll take the other one and just put it in my potion belt.
Right.
Okay. And,
I mean, Boxy is coming along, right? So
Yeah. So you guys are sort of getting ready, preparing for the night. Are you guys going to eat a meal before you head out? Like, heading out post supper, or you like want to get out of here early? Like, what's your time frame?
was our new friend going
There's
to come
a-
and collect us, or were we just going to meet them there?
You actually have two friends that are supposed to collect you.
All right.
So one is Lara Songpearl and one is Piz.
That's right. You guys don't know about Piz.
Yeah. The girl that Soul met.
And trying to like
That
teenage.
that swell was totally just going to stand up.
Yeah, I was just gonna not show up. Because he didn't want to go out again. He wanted to get back on with the mission. All right. Yeah, was she going to come and collect us though, or were?
I think you're meeting her, right?
Okay.
I think both of them said that they would come and meet you there. So Piz told you, Swell, that she would come and meet you there, and Lara said to Isubriel before, said, I'll come and lead you to sneak you guys into the caves, into the mine.
Okay.
So you have two separate plans.
All right. Well, I'll wait. I'll wait for Piz. I'll just sit
I'm just
down
trying
on
to
the
figuring out whether you're going on a full stomach or not.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
There will be
Probably.
food at the party, right?
You
I
don't know
think
if there
it's
will
that
be.
kind of party.
There
There's
wasn't a
always
lot of
food
food
at
last
party.
time.
Oh.
I mean, Boxy always seems to have food, but
I'll eat. I'll definitely eat. I'll have the mush again.
it's
I'm
another
gonna
gold
not
piece
eat.
for each of you to eat then.
wait. I'm
Oh.
gonna not eat
Okay.
because I'm gonna save my stomach for the party. The food's always better at a party.
Oh yeah, and then, I mean, I don't know if Lindariel's tears will feature again, but that made everything taste like potatoes, right? So,
Yeah, that was great.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll eat something before we go as well.
All
Yeah,
right.
sure. Same.
So you'll have your meal, and Piz shows up halfway through, and is like, waiting over by the door, just kind of awkwardly and quietly, and just sort of looks at Swell and then looks away, and then goes and gets a seat somewhere else. Just sort of waiting around awkwardly.
Do I notice her come in?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, then I would wave her over.
She comes over to the table. Oh, hey, are you guys? Are we gonna go out soon?
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna eat something first, so you can lay her up the stomach and all that, and yeah. Do you want some food?
Oh, no, it's okay. I'm good.
All right. I'll just kind of finish it up as quickly as I can, and then I'll just look at the rest of the table and be like, oh, this is Piz, by the way, everyone. Everyone, this is Piz. Everyone, we good. We're going to that party. Are you coming to that party?
Is him? And how do you know this? So,
Kind of awkwardly look at her and then look back at you guys. Say, I met her today when I was out doing my some working out. I was working out, and yeah, we were chatting about the party tonight.
I see. And he kind of elbows him a little.
Hey! Oh, and he'll like turn a bright purple.
Zip is going to like obliviously say like, half an hour ago you were saying you didn't even want to go to this party. I don't understand.
Oh, I think you I think you misheard me. No. We were always going to the party.
Well, I certainly was, but I do recall you saying something like that.
That we will go on. Yeah. All right. And I'll like stand up quickly and be like, all right. Well, I guess I'll meet you there if you're not coming now, and push the chair.
You're just gonna go without us with your new friend?
Well, you can come too.
And they kind of make like
Okay. Bye.
back gestures.
Yeah. And I'll walk off, grab Piz by the arm, and walk out into the street.
She says, it's a little early to get to the party because we need for the sun to go down, but I wanted to show you something first.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And
Cool.
she leads you to the top of the city is like carved out of, because it's been mined, it's carved out of the earth. And she wants to take you up to the top of that area. She's leading you to the very top, off to one of the sides, not where one of the entrances are, but facing west. She's like, you have to see the sunset from here.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Let's do it. That sounds really cool. I used to watch the sunset all the time, but it would be on the beach, and like the waves would come in and stuff. But yeah. So,
Israel is totally going to wait like 2 minutes and then get up and be like, I'm gonna go stretch my legs before this party, because it's important to keep warmed up before all the dancing that's going to happen tonight. I'm gonna try and trail after them stealthily.
All right.
Zip is going to be concerned for Swell's welfare. She finds this Piz character a little bit suspicious, so she's also going to follow, but not be subtle about it. Just like kind of arms crossed, following at about 10 meters behind.
Wait, are you guys separately following or together following?
I would imagine if Muriel is trying to go separately at first and then sees Zip and is like, and then eventually just gives up because there's not that many ways to trail someone who's discreetly while not being at the same place.
Okay, well, in that case, Bug, seeing that everyone has left, is also starts to. It's like, oh, hey, we're going, and then follows you guys.
I forgot last week, should have made a note of what race I said Piz was.
that's a good point, because I don't remember off the top of my head either.
Yeah, I think I didn't finish writing my notes last time.
So I'm going to say that she's Wan T.
Okay.
So she's a snake person.
Okay. And they're pretty common in this part of the world, right? So.
Absolutely.
Okay.
She's got big old snake eyes.
Which isn't weird at all. I'm a fish man, so all good.
Is she a water snake or a land snake?
Land snake. So she has you up there watching the sunset. I'd like you to make a perception check.
Perception check. 13.
You notice your party has trailed behind you.
Oh, God damn it. And I'll just hand my face in my hand.
About like 100 feet away, Israel stops and takes out his crib and just like starts to play a very nice little melody. It's a song about longing for a love who doesn't notice you.
Zip is just staring at you like this.
Just ignore them. I don't know what the deal is. I kind of only met them like a week or two ago, and yeah.
Well, it has been a really short time, hasn't it?
Yeah. What do they say about shared trauma?
Yeah.
So,
Trauma bonding.
trauma
Yeah.
bonding.
So,
Trauma tops non-traumatic. Traumatic is automatic bonding. I don't know. It's probably something that rhymes. Or anyways, she says, "Well, let's give them something to watch," and she leans over and goes in for a kiss.
Whoa! I just kind of freeze up. I just tense up all over.
Zip is going to think that this is an aggressive move,
oh no.
and so she's going to kind of start forward and be like, "Hey!"
You're like 100 feet away, so it's not that close.
And then
Yeah.
kind of notice what's happening and get embarrassed.
The music swells.
She says, "Oh, okay. Well, maybe next time you'll feel like joining in."
If we didn't have an audience, I'm not. And I'll just trail off a bit.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la, don't be shy. You have to kiss the squanty.
It's a really nice sunset, though. Oh wow, it's really pretty.
She starts pointing out like features and stuff and changing the topic of conversation to actually, just general chit chat about the village. Really boring stuff about, mundane, like the person that owns that shop one time said this and I can't believe that they would be like that and blah blah blah.
You lived here your whole life, then?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, we've taken trips places, but
Yeah, I've always moved around. Never stayed in one place too long.
she says that sounds fascinating and then listens intently as you go on, and she keeps prompting you for stories.
And I'll just tell her about moving around the archipelago with Osprey and how we'd just travel frequently. Traveling to different temples and, raising Sunda all over the archipelago, and how I hope to get to Queendom of Joden. Is that right? Did I pronounce that right? Because they have the biggest temple to Sunda there, and I think that's where I'm actually from. But I don't know. I just kind of washed up on the beach one day, and Osprey took me in, and I start rambling quite a bit.
Do an insight check.
Insight?
Yeah.
22.
You think that she's not totally really interested in your stories, but sometimes she's sort of getting bored of them, but is pretending to be interested in them.
Okay. And when I realize that, I'll just kind of trail off and stop.
She does have moments where she's genuinely interested, but you're not enough of an accomplished storyteller at this point to have grabbed her with all of your... Because Swell does a lot of that meandering, like you say, where he has a difficult time getting to it and he's nervous. So you can tell that she's not totally into everything you're saying. And then after a while, she's like, "All right, well, it's dark now. The sun's gone down. Let's head off to the party."
All right. Do you mind if these ding-dongs follow us or travel with us?
Sure, why not?
All right. And I'll just "Oi, ding-dongs, come on!" And I'll wave these up.
Put the instrument back and stop playing, and I walk over, shaking my head.
Zip's gonna be staring at his like an evil child from The Shining.
Do you want to do an intimidation check?
Yeah. 13. I'm 13 levels of intimidating.
She looks kind of uncomfortable, like she averts her eyes, like she can no longer look in your direction. She was kind of like confidently staring you down before, was like, haha, you know, I'm with Swell. I'm awesome. I'm part of your group now, and I've got this guy on my arm, and now she's kind of like, okay, let's go. Let's get out of here.
It's like, oh yeah, don't worry about her. I mean, yeah, she's pretty scary, and you know, she can kill things pretty easily, but like she's harmless. Like,
She reminds me of the band I saw play one time, Evil Elf.
it's funny you
There's
should
I am the
say
evil
that.
elf.
There's a village to the north of here that the Drow have come and made a home at. So every once in a while they come down and they bring some of their music.
What sort of music is it?
Well, that's how we know the rock music. But, you know, Evil Elf is one of them. A lot of sort of aggressive music, but also a lot of really, like, intense, long trance dance music. But they say they listen to it on long, cold nights. It gets them through the evenings, like when they've got the sun isn't there for very long during their day, and they just listen to that music over and over through the night to get them through it.
Wait, did you say these drow live on this island?
So this means you're eavesdropping on her, like hanging out with Swell, like, come on, let's go. So you butt in like that. She looks back at you kind of awkwardly. Yes,
Where?
in the next village north of here.
I haven't seen any other drow on these islands.
I mean, it's weird.
It is weird. I'm gonna stare at her some more.
You're staring at the back of her head. She's not looking at you.
Doesn't matter.
So they have a secret way into the mines where you gotta, run to this one, like, the mine carts would come out and then they would unload them in an area and keep stuff for, they'd store it. And so you have to run to that storage area that's empty. And it's dark. It's like, okay, there are people watching. Because they don't want anybody to steal the flowers for the dying. It's right around the corner, just over there. So we gotta, when they're not looking, we're gonna race across and get into the mines. And so, okay, let's go. So I want you guys to do a group stealth check.
God. This is where it all comes apart. I think I have disadvantage on my roll.
Yeah, me too. I got a 3.
18.
I got a 14.
Well, you're lucky that the fourth member had a pass, because we had 2 passes and 2 fails, and then we had an additional pass from your new friend Piz.
Yeah, it was a 2 total from Swell. He just like clank, clank, clank.
And you start clanking, and she like just stops you, like she's right next to you, and like makes you not so noisy, and helps you move a little quieter.
What kind of armor are you wearing?
Chainmail. So it's more like jingle jangle,
Yeah,
but
me too.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you don't wear any plate or anything, do you?
it's still noisy.
Ching, 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 ching.
Yeah.
She has a tail, and it sort of stops, like you're jingling, like it swoops up and like pushes up against your back, so it's like not jingling.
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
And I believe
His buddy says, nice for the reason.
Burial is going to help Zip with their loud noises and sort of
Also
like
chainmail.
watch your step, because you're paying attention to your chainmail but not really paying attention to what you're going to step on, but you see that like there's a big twig, and Burial sort of guides you around it. It's going to snap, and you get inside these large tunnels that have been carved out, and it was like very quiet. You were hearing the songs of evening birds and tree frogs, and there's like suddenly the sound changes when you get on the other side of this cave entrance, and you can hear a distant. As you go down these tunnels, you're getting closer and closer to the sound of this, and you can hear this music being played, and it eventually these mining cart tunnels open up into a large natural cavern. So whoever was mining eventually hit a natural cavern, and this space that's been hollowed out larger than the other stuff is where the party's happening. And there's still some tunnels that go off in different directions from here, but this is a nice larger area for the fete, this bashment to be going on. And it's the same sort of stuff you saw last time. Lots of people dancing. There's the DJ sort of character who's got the conch shell that's playing music out of it. And
he's got one conch to his ear.
I'm gonna put on some gunship instrumentals, because we're allowed to use them on YouTube.
Or on Twitch.
On Twitch. Sorry.
They're a great vaporwave band.
So I'm assuming this is the sort of music that we're hearing in the party, right? Kind of vaporwave-ish.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, you are now at the party. It is a little bit early. It isn't ram jam with people yet because you've just shown up after sunset. What do people want to do?
It's a little earlier than Borea likes to show up to a party, so he's gonna hang back for a bit and just kind of hang outside the venue for a little while, fix up his hair, take out the mirror, King Milo's mirror, spend some time admiring himself.
How about the rest of you? Piz wants to take Swell around and introduce him.
I'll be dragged. His Swell will be dragged around. He doesn't know how to extricate himself without offending, so he's just like, okay, yep, all right, let's, okay.
I think Zip is probably gonna hang back with his burial, but it's gonna be like watching like this as like Zip is being taken around and going like this all the time.
Is there any like food and stuff?
Yeah, there is like a bunch of fresh fruit that's been cut up, and large barrels full of water and cups, so that you can go over and just like scoop up a cup of water and drink it.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna go straight for the fruits since I'm hungry now.
Alright, there's a lizard boy who's in that area, and it's like, yeah, it's really important to stay hydrated through the night. Make sure you have lots of good fresh fruit and vitamins and have lots of water.
Does he work there?
It doesn't look like it's a job necessarily, but it's like he's probably responsible for it. Like
He's the host. One of the.
who's like this is his deal, the way he contributes. He doesn't DJ or maybe isn't a great dancer, but like always brings the fruit and goes around and makes sure everyone's hydrated.
As Smoothie catches Zip and doing the thing, looks over at her and says, if you're doing a bit too long, there are many other bodies in this room. Many of them, and he kind of looks around just to do an evaluative check, and says, many of them reasonable looking, presumably.
Ew, what? No! I just don't want Swell to, run off with some random girl and get into trouble, that's all.
Well, if you looked like you might be possibly getting into trouble with some random boy or girl, perhaps you choose to stick around and make sure that you didn't.
Zip's gonna consider this.
Boy,
She'll
girl, or
it.
other. Yeah.
She'll think about it for a while before doing anything.
I forgot to ask Eastboreal this question. Art is making me think of this. Last time you painted your face to have a dynamic lightning bolt thing. It looks like you're doing it again this time.
Since I did lightning bolt last time, I actually might change up the design of it this time.
Boy, it dropped out.
But
Oh no.
Boy,
but he does still have like rave makeup on.
Okay.
I think this time it might be a little bit more swirly.
That's our tech guy. He's going to be indisposed, so that way Swell is not doing anything really important right now, as he works to try and bring Boya back.
That's alright. I've just gone to full screen artwork, so when Boya rejoins, it should go back to normal. But I'm just going to message them to see if he's okay. But yeah, we can keep going.
So can I get a perception check from Zip?
19.
19. So you're like keeping sort of a keen eye on what's going on in the party. A, for potential people to make Swell pay attention to you, or possibly, what's going on in the party. Like you seem to be giving it the once over. And you notice that, it's still pretty early in the night, but you pick out a couple of characters that you think might be fairly attractive and might be okay. They look kind of tough, like, it seems like, I don't know, I could be reading into this wrong, but it seemed like you're drawn to tough people, like your sister or whoever that was like, or the dwarf that you met last time, like you sort of seek out people who are physically not meek, at least. And so you do spot a couple of people who are, probably work out in the farms and stuff and have fairly strong backs and shoulders and things like that. Might catch your eye a little bit.
Does anything about the party seem suspicious? Like, does it look like we're going to have another skeleton situation on our hands?
You don't see any skeletons in this room.
Right.
So it's possible, but you're not sure where they would come from.
There's so many skeletons in all these bodies, though.
Yeah, they could pop out of the bodies. You go over and start dancing with someone, and it's like, there's no pulp here. It's just skin and then bone.
Feed the skeletons.
Okay, Zip will approach somebody who catches her eye.
So there's probably morphs, lizard people, Wanti, which are the snake people, and Tabaxi are probably the main groups there.
I'll probably pick out a Wanti, because that's the kind of girl that Zip's with right now.
Right. And are you looking, does Zip pick out somebody who is male, female, non-binary? What sort of?
Probably male, probably like, if there's like a big kind of buff-looking Wanti guy.
Okay. A little bit embarrassingly, or maybe awesomely, kind of looks like Dormier's in that he's got the big, like, hooded cobra thing, and is muscly, like in the painting.
Any one of them.
Yeah, it probably
maybe subconsciously.
Yeah, flick something in her brain. She's like, oh yeah, I know that. That's a manly man. I've seen that kind of thing. She's thinking back to those romance novels.
Yeah.
And she's gonna sort of awkwardly approach him.
Right.
And go, hey, so, what's your deal then?
Well, you're one of the ones that, like, totally kicked those skeletons' butts.
Yeah, that was me. Are there gonna be more skeletons at this party?
Huh, only inside these bodies. Mostly, though, there's gonna be muscles. Yeah.
Right. Anyway. Is there something to drink here?
Yeah. Are you looking for water or is something stronger?
Well, what's the strongest thing that you've got?
Tears of Lundario. A little early, but you know.
Well, it's never too early for me.
Okay.
Can Isburiel like come along and be like, why don't you both look strong, why don't you try and arm wrestle each other? See who comes out on top.
Do you want to get the drink first or after?
Why doesn't the winner you know what? If I beat you, you have to chug one. And if you beat me, I have to chug one.
Like a shot, right?
Sure, whatever.
Okay, swig one back. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
And Zip's gonna like kind of look over at Swell as she's like getting ready to arm wrestle this guy to see if he's like looking.
All right, make a performance check.
Well,
What's Swell's passive perception?
I believe it's 13.
So you would notice that.
Okay. So I guess I'm getting introduced to someone random, and I'll just like kind of be like listening, but later nodding. But then I'll see this, and I'll just kind of turn my head and watch it the whole time. And
Zip's gonna like see that you're watching and be like, "Oh, man, you're really strong." But you know what? I think I could still beat you.
You've gone over to where there's a table to be able to do it. So like they've brought in a few like tables and chairs and things. There's mostly mats and pillows and things that they've brought rather than like proper chairs. And so you're over at like basically it's where the guy is DJing. It's like that's the one that's like tall enough for you to get your arms up on. So let's do a strength contest here. So just do a contested strength check.
Ooh, 9.
9 total?
Yeah.
All right. And did you want to try to win or did you want to try to lose or do you want to like what did you want to try and do here?
Zip's always trying to win. She's
Okay.
never trying to lose. But maybe she was distracted. Somewhat.
Okay. So you're pushing down like pretty hard and he's just holding his arm there. And he goes, "You gonna start?" And puts your hand down like that, and it's like, and you gave it a good, like you were really fighting, like you could tell that he really had to put in the effort. He was trying to be cocky, but like, yeah, sorry.
I was just getting warmed up. Anyway, I let you win that round. Anyway, let's go
Yeah, I
again.
know you're the one that wanted the drink, so I guess you let yourself lose.
Yeah, that's right. I did let you win.
Of course, here. And he reaches over to where like on the DJ booth, that's where they keep the tiers, so that like not everybody can just like you've got to go over inside of one of the organizers and get yourself a drink. You can't walk around with the bottle. And you can roll a D8 to see what or D10 to see what happens.
D10. That is a 4.
You really want to pet things and feel unusual textures. Like, you know, you want to feel scales and hair and fur and rock, like everything just, you're really drawn to feeling and touching right now.
All right, I'll challenge him to another arm wrestle, but I'll kind of like rub my fingers, like caress his hand a little bit before we start, and then like notice that I'm doing it, and then get really embarrassed.
Okay. He's winks at you as you're doing that. He's like, oh, I guess that hit you pretty quick, huh?
What? No.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. Let's go again.
I got a 7 this time.
So this time you are like trying your hardest, and you can tell his heart's not in. He's like, oh no, oh, you got me. All right, my turn for a drink. And he totally let you in.
I'm getting a little pissed off, but I kind of like this guy. I like him because he's pandering to me.
What's Zip's passive perception? Just curious.
Passive perception is 12.
Okay. Then give me a performance check for what Swell's doing.
Okay. It's not like intentional. It's just like 18 plus, I guess, things, but I'm not sure what. No, 18. You hear laughter. Just a chuckle coming from
I'm
Swell's.
gonna look over, but maybe not be quite as worried anymore. Now I've got my own snake guy.
Snake person.
You get a snake person. You get a Yuan-Ti. Even Bug has a little Yuan-Ti at the table. Fucking what sex.
I think it was a lizard man. Lizard
Oh, those were okay.
Yeah. Scaly.
Yeah.
They're more like they're chameleon. And so after maybe an hour of awkward small talk and flirting and not drinking too much and staying hydrated, East Boreal's old friend shows up, Lara Songpearl, and she's like, "Oh, I was waiting for you at the inn. They said that you already took off."
Oh yes. Some other things came up. So apparently found himself a friend, and we had to all go along and make sure, he wasn't being jumped or anything.
Or making sure he did get jumped. Okay. Well, we'll have to have you play again tonight, right? You're gonna play?
Oh, absolutely.
When do you want to
And
go
then I'll
on?
turn down my drum chance. Yeah. When is the party at its peak?
If you want to be sort of the headliner, I'd say midnight.
Oh. I think this was going to be our last night here, so I feel obligated to give a good show.
So you guys are enjoying more of the evening. There's a song that gets played during the evening that they join in with that you guys start noticing the lyrics to, especially East Boreal, because he has an ear for these things. And the lyrics are, "In the noontime sky, through the mist I've seen, a bruise-colored titan, spike-covered crystalline, fighting 7 heroes of brutal fist machine. Whoa, oh, no." And it's like this, like the Ramones type thing where everybody's joining in with the whoa, oh, no. And then they repeat that over and over. And the next line, "Then bash, crash, smash, they broke it into bits. It knit itself back together, however it was split. Even though exhausted, the heroes didn't quit." And then they go into their chorus again. And then, with one last effort, they broke it asunder, threw it in the volcano, it shook like thunder. Who were those heroes? We still wonder. Whoa, oh no, into the volcano. Whoa, oh no, purple color, it glows.
Okay.
What is stuff I'm gonna ask Lara or whoever's around? Is like, oh, I've never heard that one before. Is it a new song? Is it an old one?
It's an older one. It's it's a local song about a long time ago. There were these heroes that came and fought this giant purple monster over on top of the volcano and threw it inside, and now it glows purple. It's like a local, I don't know, it's kind of nerdy, but it's kind of like a local folklore story thing. Then they just
The
disappear.
volcano glows purple?
Yeah.
Does it? I don't know if it's...
Yeah, when you had been up there before, I had said you saw the clouds up there had a purple reflected light from the volcano.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
First question: How many members were there in the Titan Slayers?
7.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna ask his. How long ago? They're making out like that happened ages ago. Like, how long ago would you say that happened?
Back when I was a kid.
Okay.
It's not that long ago.
I mean,
Have our mentors ever told us about a purple titan, a purple crystalline titan?
yeah, that's one of the ones that the three that they fought, and that's the one that they seem to be currently trapped inside of.
Okay, so we would have recognized, or by description?
By description, there was a
When we saw
purple
it.
crystalline giant that they were fighting in the area known as the Gempire, and they teleported it over here over top of the volcano, fought with it a bunch until they smashed it into bits and dropped those bits into the volcano, and that was the way they got rid of it. And so they have a little song about your mentors here, not really knowing who they are.
That's pretty cool.
I'm gonna brag
step
to
away.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna brag to my new lizard man friend that song's about my master.
I am going to step away for. Oh, sorry.
He is impressed, but he doesn't necessarily believe you. He's like, that's really cool. It's really cool. But you
No,
can't
I'm
help these
serious. My
Nope.
master, Titan, he was one of the Titan Slayers.
people. Sure. No, that's cool. I mean, that's how you got so strong.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, no. I totally get it.
Oh, I'm gonna step away for a little bit and like quickly start to make up additional lyrics to the song, or like I kind of pick up the lyrics and I start to rearrange some words and patterns. So I'll probably put me out of interaction zone for like, I don't know, 20-30 minutes, maybe less.
Do you want to give me a performance check to see how successful you are in that, or you mean you're actually going to sit and write something now?
No, I'm just gonna. 13.
You find, it's difficult to rhyme crystalline and machine, like, you're running out of solid rhymes, but you get it. It's not as easy as you'd hope, but the whoa, like that part, really easy to come up with something that goes with that chorus. And so you've got that good hook for getting the crowd involved in it. Anything else anybody wants to do? Do you want to progress how your relationships are going? Anybody else want to partake in the Tears of Lundariel again? Anybody want to make musical requests, take over the DJ booth? Like, what are you guys doing?
So am I still hanging out with, was I hanging out with the lizard boy?
I mean, that's up to you. Like, that's the last time you spoke up.
Yeah. So he's just like, I was asking him like, where's all the good snacks, and he's showing me around.
Yeah, sure.
And then I'm like, last time at the last party I drank something, and it was like really good. It tasted like potatoes. Do you have that here?
Oh, you drank the Tears of Lundario. Yeah,
Oh,
man.
oh yeah.
That stuff, if you drink it, crazy things happen. But one of the things that can happen is everything you drink tastes like your favorite food. So I guess
Oh,
your
wow.
favorite food's potato.
Yeah. Do you like potatoes?
Yeah, potatoes.
Is that your favorite food as well?
No, not my favorite, but they're so versatile. You can mash them, you can bake them, you can roast them.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You can,
Something
Them-
stews.
they're crispy when they're raw, and when you cook them, they get soft.
Oh, I don't eat them raw. That's kind of poisonous
Oh.
to me.
Oh,
Always cook them.
too bad.
We fried them so they're they're crispy. Although I've
Oh,
never
yeah.
had them in as a cookie. Well, a potato chip cookie. Instead of a chocolate chip cookie, that could be good.
I'm sure you can make it into a cookie.
Well, I'm more of a, a gorp guy.
Yeah, so do you know where I can get some of the...
Yeah.
Do you have that drink here?
Yeah, it's over at the DJ booth. Come on. And they go over to the table and they pour you a little drink.
Should I
Roll
should
a
I
D-
roll to see?
If you drink, roll a d10.
Yeah. Got a 4 as well. Should I roll again?
Sure.
Got a 2. Did we get a 2 before?
No, we haven't had a 2 before. You believe that yourself, you smell strongly of mint.
Mint.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
Wait, I smell like mint?
You smell like mint to yourself. Nobody else is going to smell this. You smell this
Oh, okay.
yourself. And when you start tasting things, it's like having... Do you know what a miracle fruit is? The miracle fruit is this legitimate fruit in the real world that if you leave it under your tongue for a while, you can't taste sour anymore. You just taste
Oh yeah, it's like
sweet.
sweet, yeah.
And that's what it's
Okay.
like when you taste the various fruits, you can't taste any of the sour flavors, just the sweet flavors of the fruits.
Okay, cool. I'm like, wow, wait, do you smell that? I think I smell mint.
Oh, you got that one. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that one's nice. That one's nice.
Yeah, is this a good one? What is it? What else does it do?
There's one where you see everything upside down. It's really weird. And another one where like you're always dancing, you just can't help dancing. And one where like you can even sort of commune with Lundario and ask them a question.
Oh, whoa. Like any question, he'll
I
be able
mean,
to
Yeah,
answer.
yeah. It'll try to answer it as best it can. I mean, if you ask a question like, what is the ultimate cookie? You're going to get like an opinion. You're not going to get necessarily a big T capital truth, but
Like what's the best way to cook a potato?
yeah, like there's no capital T truth there. Like you can
Right.
get an opinion out of it.
Okay. I see. And then I go on trying like eating more food.
All right. Anyone else want to do something for Espurial's performance?
Do I meet anyone interesting? Or are they all kind of like generic village teenagers?
Depends on what you consider interesting. So you meet other people who are like, last night you see the guys that you met who are really into Titans and the idea of like, what's going on with the world and where magic comes from and these deeper philosophical questions. But she doesn't take you near them, like she's not introducing you to them.
Okay.
There's some, a lot of the people here aren't doing a lot of anything close to being an adventuresome lifestyle or even a, sort of roving lifestyle like you have.
Okay.
But yeah, you do meet another girl. She's a dwarf and she does a lot of traveling and she's just only here a little bit. And she's actually kind of a lot more interesting than Piz.
Okay.
And she's also quite cute. And
Uh,
Piz doesn't introduce you to her. She comes up and introduces herself.
no. I don't know if I could do that. That seems... I will talk to her and get to like ask her questions about like where she's traveled to and stuff like that. But when it comes down to it, I won't leave Piz Yeah.
Her name's Yarva.
Yarva.
And she's really caught your attention after talking to like kind of boring people for like a couple of hours. Like it's just a really, she really catches your ear with all these interesting things she's telling you about the island. Like she tells you a little bit about the drow that are in this other village, and it's actually built on the ruins of this big pyramid. The drow came in and sort of rebuilt something there, but they haven't really messed with the ruins because they don't want to mess with that, but they built a new village on top of it because it's a nice distance between the other villages. And
I'm going to ask them about that and say I didn't expect any drow to be in the area other than my friend Zip, who I'll point out, who's arm wrestling with this guy.
Yeah, it's I guess the thing is, if you have like a lot of snow and a lot of cold, sometimes some of them just want to get out and get away.
When they start getting old and retire, they come down to that.
Yeah, kind of like snowbirds, right? Like they like to leave the Arctic during. So I'll yeah, okay. I'll ask how far away the village is.
It's like a day's travel, but it's a long day's travel. It's a little bit further than a lot of these villages were about a day's travel from each other, a couple of days travel, so that it's based by how far you can walk on foot. Some of them show up a little closer to like a good water source.
And is it on the way to the port that we're heading to? Like, is it in the same direction or is it out of the way?
It's the same direction you're headed.
But that would be a good stopping point in our little like.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
She tells you a little bit about Wide Nest, the place where the Aarakocra live, and because you had shown interest in that idea before, so maybe Swell mentions
Oh yeah.
You know about Wide Nest, and she tells you all about. They're mostly parrot Aarakocra that live there, and she tells you about their customs and the cultures, and you talk about Osprey, and Piz is looking kind of like at this point tries to pull you away to introduce you to someone else.
Okay. And I'll say it was nice to meet you. Perhaps we'll meet again. Gotta go. And I'll get pulled away.
Okay. Alright, so midnight's gonna roll around, and Historial's turn to go up and perform some music.
I'm gonna start off with some general crowd pleasers, like basically the equivalent of a cover bands doing popular songs, and then slip into a few of my own, and then at the apex, I want to do a re-rendition of the song about the crystalline titan, but instead of saying nobody knows who they were, I have added verses that describe the titan slayers and who they were and their names and whatnot.
Nice.
Okay. Can you give me a performance check with advantage just for the overall music? You have advantage because this is a crowd who likes you. You've been listening to what they listen to and watch what they dance to, so you are pretty well set up for this.
Ooh. 21. Thankfully,
21.
the advantage since first one was very bad.
Yeah, no, you know what to do here because you know how to rock a crowd, and this crowd you've already played this your second night. You're used to it, and you get a great reception. Everybody's loving it. Everybody joins in, and then your final song, they start joining in, and then they don't know how to join in with the new verses, and they're like sort of go mad with this, like, wow, how do you know this? Like, you can see them like puzzled about this. How do you want to end after that? Like, do you want to say thank you, good night, or do you want to talk about it? Do you want to make some smoke appear and just like, what's your exit strategy?
I basically say it's been such a great time here. What was the name of the village again?
Thunder
I won't
River.
say the name of the village. It's actually entirely possible Isboria's forgotten the name of it also, so he's like, I've had such a great time here, you've been an awesome audience and great host. Have a great night. And he kind of throws down he pretends mime's throwing something down, and then just makes a minor illusion of like a puff of smoke, and runs off the stage.
just runs. You fully see him just run off the stage. I love it. That's so good.
All right. Yeah, the crowd is really into it. Everybody is, sort of crowding around you, wanting to talk to you and tell you how great that was and ask questions about it. And, you saw that Laura had gone over to the DJ and then comes back over to you and is like, "Okay, yeah, we got that recorded. We're gonna have to listen to that again. We didn't know those new words."
Well, it's because I made them up myself right now. Well, not really made them up. I insulted them from some knowledge that I have. Oh.
Oh, how do you know?
It was. Oh, it was. It did give me a bit of a turn hearing this because that tale is the tale of the Titan Slayers who are. He says were and then corrects are. Our elementals actually.
We're dropped out again.
Oh.
That's what happened if you roll an 11 on the Lindario tiers. So you keep dropping out.
Commuting with Lindario.
Commuting. Yeah. In air quotes.
So do a persuasion check to see if people believe you.
23.
All right, yeah, they totally believe you and are impressed, and they want to know what you call your group now.
What do
Are
you
you the
say?
Teen Titan Slayer?
And he says, the Teen Titan Slayers.
There's already a lawsuit being launched.
I know. In the back of my head, I just feel all the legal paperwork starting to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Belial and the teenage Titan Hunters.
They then start, throughout the night, people will come up to the rest of the party like, "Oh, you're part of Beast Boreals and Teenage Titan Hunters, huh?"
What? Who's that?
Your group. That's what Beast Boreal said.
This burial's full of crap.
What? No. You're drunk. You're just embarrassed.
Not mutually exclusive, but.
Do you want to go? Do you want to go outside and settle this? They're not East Burial and the Titan Slayers. That's so dumb.
Anything else? Anybody's progressing anything, trying to make anything happen or not happen at the party?
I think Zip's probably getting tired of this snake guy because he's kind of patronizing. So maybe he's just going to try and extract herself from him.
All right, make another perception check.
14.
14. So you see your rest of your party members, so you can talk to them. You see the drow woman who you were talking to at the party last night. You go over and talk to her. Or you also see another rather handsome, strong-looking character, a tabaxi, who's like a jaguar person. If you want to switch bows.
I think I'll probably just go back to East Burial.
Okay.
And
start harassing him about his naming of our group.
The moment he sees it, he's like, "Don't punch me!"
What is this about East Burial and the Titan Slaves? You better write another song with a better name than that.
But if you want
So
to
much
make
for
a
your
change, you can make
creativity,
it.
Bard. Ugh.
If you want to make a change, you can make a change yourself. But I got
I
that
have
list.
notes.
I have notes.
So probably around maybe 1:30, 2 in the morning, Lara asks East Boreal if you want to jam again.
He will happily play anytime that he is asked.
So you guys are playing some more songs, and some of the people are, down in the tunnels making out, and some are down, off to the sides having, their deep philosophical questions away from some of the noise. And, the party's gotten pretty large and spread out a little bit, and from one of the tunnels you start hearing screaming. You guys are about halfway through your song.
I knew
And
it. I knew it.
you see a group of people just running and screaming towards you. Run, run! And the party just breaks up and everybody starts running away from that general direction. And I'm gonna bring an image here of what you guys see.
Kind of slow down and I look at my bow, and I think back to the fact that it started when I was playing last time too. I'm like, I
Yeah.
have more power than I realized.
Was there anything weird going on stage?
Me.
Oh, yes. Out of the ordinary, I should say.
Well, I guess maybe a perception check.
A dirty 20. Did it look like there was any magic flowing out of the instruments, or
You didn't see anything in particular, but you did think the common denominator here is the fact that both times it was both people playing. So Lars played by herself and nothing happened, and Espurial's played by himself, nothing's happened. When the two of them play together, something happens.
Can I try to, I guess, perceive that as well, or interpret that as well?
Yeah, you can give me a perception check as well.
8.
Yeah. Now you're just noticing the people screaming and dropping their drinks, and you can see these red little dots, little glowing eyes coming down this tunnel. And everybody roll initiative. Or I should make that more dramatic. Roll initiative!
I got 14.
I got
14 for Bug. Sorry, what was that, Zip?
5.
All right.
18.
17.
17. All right. Rushing out of the darkness is a swarm of skeletal mice or rats, some sort of small rodents, just like a carpet of it, running up into the light towards you guys, and it catches some of the party goers, and they start crawling on them and biting at them and tearing at them and pouring over them and going over to other ones. And the people in the most northeast of this cavern are being attacked and hurt very much by this swarm. So that was their go. Swell, it's your turn.
I'm gonna put Piz behind me. Assume that I left my warhammer somewhere safe, within eyesight, so no one was gonna mess with it, because carrying it around all night was gonna be a bit too much.
Sure.
And I'll just tell her to what would I say? Run for the surface, and then I'll run and pick up my warhammer. And along the way, or like once I get there and pick it up, I want to look at the other person that was on stage with Subriel.
Sure.
Do they?
She looks panicked.
She does.
And yeah, and is backing away.
Okay. And it looks genuine. It doesn't look
Give me an
fake.
insight check.
Okay. That is. Oh, okay. Apparently, I'm really good at insight. 15 total.
Yeah, you think she's genuinely surprised,
Okay. Okay.
or at least genuinely horrified.
Okay. All right, and then I guess I'll just run towards where the yelling is, the screaming is coming from.
Are you going to attack or do a spell or something?
I assumed that like running and picking up my weapon and then running across was.
No, that's like part of your movement. Just you pick up the hammer and run over there, and the rats are pretty close to you.
Okay. All right. Well then, yeah, I'm gonna try and crunch a few with my warhammer.
All right, roll the hit.
Okay. 13.
13's enough to hit the swarm.
Nice.
There's just so many of them.
Okay. So I guess I should have said two-handed, but I didn't. So one-handed. 6.
I think you mimed two-handed though.
Sorry, I did.
I
Okay.
think you
then.
mimed two-handed.
There we go. Okay. I got a 10. So 13 points of bludgeoning damage total.
All right, you shatter a bunch of the skeletal rats, but there's still plenty more where that came from.
All right. I'll
He's
just-
Boreal.
I know that sleep wouldn't work on these, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure sleep doesn't work on undead, but I'm not
Undead,
sure.
yeah. I just asked because I think on the very first episode I cast sleep on those hands, and I didn't realize until later it's not supposed to work on undead. But, on that.
Actually,
So, and
I think maybe you did put them to sleep. Is
I
that how
put
you killed them all?
Yeah, I put the hands to sleep.
Yeah.
But I think that was because I didn't realize at the time, I didn't read the spell fully, that it doesn't work on undead. I'm happy to recommend.
I'm not sure. What does the sleep spell say? Because
Undead and creatures immune to being charmed aren't affected by the spell.
yeah, so it does not go to sleep. Would not go to sleep from sleep as well.
He stays on the stage, but makes a little flourish and says, calls out to one of the rats. You're so weak, you can't even come here without all of your friends to back you up. Fortunately. It's been several hours at this point, right? Yes, it's really late. So it's 13.
Unfortunately, I rolled a 13. Exactly. So the rat is like, you came here with people too.
And I'm like, wait, what? He stops playing as it talks back at him, and just like, what?
There's like a little Remy down there that's controlling. Did you want to do a bonus action?
I will. Is everybody within range? 6 feet.
60 feet? Yeah, it's a small
Yeah.
cavern. Like, I said big
Okay.
cavern, but like, it's the whole cavern is maybe 50 feet in diameter.
And I point my bow at Zip and say, "Look, tons of things to crush with your fists. Go poke them."
All right, that's
And inspiration.
Hug you.
Party's getting good.
Hug, you're up.
Wait, I shoot it with my trusty
Eldritch
blast. Yes, and to hit is 12.
12 is a hit. What's your damage? Your damage, bro.
9, actually. Oh, the biggest blast yet.
As you're getting more confident, you're going along, like you're going up levels, your blasts are getting more powerful. Bug, you're coming into your own here. Little bits of bone are like just sent flying from this huge, forceful energy blast from your fingers.
Nice.
Zip, your turn.
Alright. Trusty long sword at the ready. I'm just gonna charge straight up. At those rats. 15 to hit.
15 is a hit.
Oh, only 4 damage. They're kind of hard to hit with my giant sword.
You crunch a few of them, and then the swarm tries to swarm over you and Swell for a close now. It becomes part of the swarm's attention. But with your armor classes, they bite and scratch at you, but because you're fairly well protected and insulated because you're wearing your combat gear.
I should say that my AC is only 16 at the moment because I don't have my shield.
Still
not
I
right.
roll a total of 8.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was not a good roll. Yeah, those rats did not do a good number on you guys. They are severely hurting some of the other party goers, though. They're looking quite unhappy and quite injured. That are got trapped in them. They're trying to fling them off of themselves.
Okay.
Bye, boy. Oh dear.
Some internet troubles tonight.
Some of the people that had gotten brave by throwing rocks last time have picked up rocks and are starting to whip them. So not everybody has retreated, but a lot of people have. But some of them are still trapped in the swarm's path.
Just gonna look over to see if Snake Boy is in the range.
He is whipping rocks. Hey, Boya. I was just saying that some of the other party goers that were inspired last time have stuck around and started throwing rocks at the undead swarms. So we'll give them some attacks here. And Snake Boy and what was her name? Yarva both really get good shots and you're seeing rocks smashing them because they're doing quite well with their attacks. We did the swarm's turn. It's back to Swell.
Oh, that was quick. I guess I'm going to try and help some of the people that are getting attacked.
How specifically are you trying to help them?
I'm just going to swing my warhammer at the people. No, I'm going to try and rip a few of the undead creatures off and stomp on them. So I guess it's more of an unarmed attack than an actual warhammer attack. But I'm going to try and extricate them from the swarms.
What's your roll?
Oh, I was waiting for you go for it or not. So that's 12 on the dice. Plus, what would you like me to use? Which, just an unarmed strike or?
Yeah, unarmed strike, so strength bonus.
Okay, so 17 total.
Yeah, no problem.
And then damage just says 4.
Alright. You pull some rats off and you take time to crunch a couple in your hand and throw them, as you're getting them off. And you're taking them off of one of the nerdy guys who is, talking philosophy down the hall.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
one of your buddies.
I'll just tell him to run for the surface.
I'm trying. East Boreal.
How many of the other kids, are fighting back? Does there seem like a significant portion that I can inspire to join in the fight?
There's like 4 kids that are like there are more kids that stuck around that don't know what to do, and like 4 kids that are really solidly throwing rocks. There's the dwarf, the muscly Wanti, the traveling Yarva, and funny enough, the chameleon lizard boy that was talking at the beginning is like to Bug. He's got rocks out. He's like, I'm hydrated. Come on, I'm ready for you.
He's going to try and direct the others by altering the song and playing like a battle that goes like do you see the undead horde coming out of the mining tunnels? Pick up a rock and throw it at the dead rats for your town's future.
All right. So what is it you're trying to do specifically? Like, is there a magic effect you're trying to do, or just...
No, I'm basically just trying to give the people who are sort of hesitating heart to fight back and marshal them to form a united front, basically.
All right. Persuasion check.
Oh, it was almost an 18, and then it became a 5 on a roll. So 10 total.
All right. You've not inspired any more people to join in the battle, unfortunately.
And for my bonus, I will point at Bug and say, I ain't coming up on it. Basically, if they get too close, they'll climb into Boxy.
All right.
Okay, now it's a bark.
Okay. That means Bug, you're next.
So how many are like left? Is there did we destroy a significant portion?
You've destroyed maybe a third of the swarm.
A third, okay. So there's
And,
still
It's been 2 rounds, or like almost 2 rounds, and you've dispersed a third of it.
and there's still and people are still getting attacked.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna use my trusty blast once more.
Are you like jumping up on a table to get a better angle? Like, are you up on a DJ table, or are you like hiding under something? Like, where are you blasting
No,
from?
okay, yeah. No, that's a good. I am on top of a table. That's a good idea.
All right.
So, I try to. Wait. Also, where is Boxy?
Boxy is right beside you, so probably just under the table.
Okay, I grab Boxy to make sure he's safe,
Okay.
and I jump on top of the table,
All right.
and
then
I got 12.
12 is a hit.
And I roll a 9. Wow.
Great. You're doing pretty good. Zip.
Yeah, just a straight up attack. 11? Oh, Bardic Inspiration.
You want to use your Bardic Inspiration?
Is it a D4 or D6?
D6.
That brings it up to 17.
It's a hit. Much like East Boreal singing.
6 damage.
6 damage. All right.
I'm also going to use my my bonus action. What's it called again?
So body or surge. Action surge to attack again.
Action surge. Yeah.
All right.
That was a critical miss. What a waste.
Right. And then it's the Reveler's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, Yarva smashes some more, but the others aren't super effective. A couple more try to escape the swarm, but haven't really been able to get away from their still being bitten. And then you hear screaming coming from the other corridor that everybody ran down.
Oh no.
And you start to see people running back towards you. It is the swarm's turn. So they're going to try and injure some people here. And they're really biting on a couple of the people that are trapped in there. And Zip, you are not really bothered by these rats. Like, they're nothing to you. You're sort of flicking them off. But, like, Swell, you're like, you grabbed one off that guy, and it just takes its teeth and just goes right into your, like, right that part of your thumb, finger, right in there, and bites you for a critical amount of damage.
Oof.
And you take 14 damage.
14?
Yeah.
Wow. Holy shit.
That's my finger.
Yeah, I think Swell's missing a finger. Can you guess what his maximum hit points are?
15?
Yeah.
There's like a gush just going.
Alright, I am going to invoke Wrath of the Storm. So when a creature within 5 feet that you see hits you with an attack, I can use my reaction to cause the creature to make a dex saving throw. So DC 13.
Does not make the dex saving throw.
Okay, so 2d8 lightning damage, or thunder. I think lightning is just gonna like out from me as I get attacked for that much. 6. So it's only 7 points of lightning damage. But yeah,
It's like a bite my finger, and then
Yeah.
they get shocked instead.
yes.
All right. Then it's Swell's turn.
Okay.
That was your reaction, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna call everyone in close to me. It's like, everyone get close to me. Come here, quickly. And I'm gonna hold. Sorry.
You're in the middle of like being swarmed by rats,
Yeah.
and like Ethereal and some of the other people are like up on tables and stuff.
Okay.
Like, so they're like further away from you. So like, are you looking at them when you're calling them? Like, are you calling?
It's
people
more for like the people that haven't been trained their whole lives to defend themselves. If I hear screaming, I'm just gonna say, everyone come to me, and then I'm gonna ask turn undead. I don't know if they count as undead, but I'm gonna give it a shot.
Right. So, how does
That's right.
it work?
It's wisdom. Each undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw. It is DC 13.
Okay. And then, so this swarm, like half of it just starts running away.
Okay. Then with my bonus action, I am going to
Healing
what
word
is it?
yourself.
Yeah, basically I'm just gonna take a second to cast Healing Word on myself and regain a few hit points.
All right. It's real.
Okay.
Have the rats actually made it over here?
They're not super, like, they're sort of going in that direction, but they're like sort of going past, like they want to follow towards the exit, and you're sort of off to the side up against the wall. Like the DJ booth would be sort of, and the stage area would be sort of back a bit. So like you feel relatively safe where you are. There's some rats pretty close, if you wanted to target one, but you don't know if they're gonna jump up on the stage and be able to.
So basically what I want to do, or what I'm thinking of, is like turning some tables over and forming like a barricade and calling everyone in. I don't know if the setup is such that that would make sense or look like a feasible thing to do. Like if they're off in a corner, or if actually just being on the tables looks safer.
On the tables definitely looks safer.
Then turning it over and forming a barricade?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I will yell at everyone to come up on the stage and get out of the way of the path of the hold. Especially hearing the screams and people coming back this way, so just want to get everyone together in this. How does Swell look at the moment? As I see this bright gush of purple blue blood.
It's
Or
still,
red blood.
yeah, it's still spurting.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thinks about it for a second, and then jumps down and starts wading through to like whack Swell across the shoulder with the bow and cast feelings on him.
Nice. I did roll really good on my healing check, so on a d4 I got a 4, and then
Well, that's good because I didn't actually get a very good. 6 more points.
nice. Thank you. As Swell says sheepishly. Thank you, please.
And I'll hold on to that for now. So my bonus, I don't really have anything else to do right now. He's gonna try and get back to the table if he can, but I assume he probably can't do that this round.
You would be taking attacks of opportunity for leaving the area.
Right. I'll be fine at the moment then.
Okay. It would be Bug's turn unless you want to do a bonus action.
Yeah.
Okay. Bug.
Yeah, I'm having a good time shooting from above on the table. Just playing like a shooter game, so I'm gonna just keep going with that. And I rolled a 15. Just getting more accurate with every shot.
Great. Do you get another blast? How much damage are you doing?
Except I did 2. Wait, but does the inspiration allow me to do?
It allows you
different-
to add to your hit roll, not to your damage
Oh,
roll,
to hit.
unfortunately.
Okay. Alright, well I got a 2 then.
Okay.
Too cocky, and it was a weak blast.
Oh, hello, Dracoling. Dracoling is raiding with a party of 4. Oh. Welcome, everyone.
Oh,
Welcome.
hey guys.
Thanks for joining us. We are in the middle of being swarmed by a bunch of undead rats.
The undead
Brian,
rat.
do you want to do a quick summary of what we are and what we're doing right now?
Sure. So you're inside of a cave. Our teen heroes are inside of a large cave that has been used for mining but abandoned. And there's a rave going on, a party going on where there's music and dancing. And when Isburiel the Bard started playing a tune with the local Lara Pearl song, the two of them seem to bring to life a bunch of undead rats which are swarming into the cavern and attacking the partygoers. The partygoers are, some of them have fled and some of them are fighting back, and the party is certainly fighting back. And we just saw a rat bite Swell, and it's now gushing blood out of his hand.
I'm pretty sure I lost a finger. But I've got enough healing that maybe it's growing back already. I don't know.
Because people in this world do get their health back very quickly. If they go up levels, they are gifted. They have the ability to heal super quick. Thus explaining why in Dungeons and Dragons you can sleep and suddenly be back at full health. So, Bug just did some Eldritch Blasting. Zip the drow there. I see you're swinging your sword. Are you going to do another attack?
Like, yeah. Swing it like a golf club. 14.
14 is a hit.
And that is 10 damage.
Nice. All right, this swarm of undead rats has really been dispersed. There's not a lot left here. A bunch of them just ran away because they got turned by Swell. So there's only the dregs left. Unfortunately, what you see is the partiers running back from the tunnel they escaped from, and they sort of run into the room, and they're like trampling and stepping on rats, and they're going down other corridors and stuff. And some are jumping up on the tables with you guys. And then you see, coming out of the darkness, there's a couple of undead humanoids, and they look like old miners. They've got like pickaxes, and they're coming towards you guys, and they're going to go after, I guess, Bug. What's Bug's armor class?
Oh no. It's 13.
So one of the miners runs up and tries to bite and claw with their undead-like form. It's like sunken flesh just hanging on to the skeletal form underneath. Got extremely long claws, and they scrape at you. Tries to bite at you, but you're able to get out of the way of the bite. But unfortunately, it hits you with 2 claws. One claw for 11 damage. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
11. Okay. It's 18.
18. Okay. You feel your muscles where it clawed you, like around your calf muscles, start to seize up as if you can't move, but you're able to shake it off, and you're not paralyzed by this creature's claw.
Wow. Okay. But I took, you said 11 damage?
Yes. That's what I said. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 damage. And the other one attacks the muscly, Yuan-Ti cobra-headed guy. And that guy is paralyzed and is looks like he's very injured. We're going to go to the top of the round. The swarm, barely any left, attacks the group, the people that are there. And so that means East Burial and Zip, you both were hit, and you're going to take 3 damage for East Burial and 4 damage for Zip. And I don't know, Swell, you must have scared them away because they were not able to hit you this round. They're just too frightened or something. That's
Good news.
The lightning blast you gave them is like, that thing's electric, don't go near it. So with the swarm done, it is now Swell's turn.
Okay. So we see these 2 undead miners heading up the pathway?
Yeah.
Alright.
One of them has gone over to the table. So as you came in, there was that food table and the drinks and stuff, and that's where Bug is standing on top of the empty platters of fruit.
Okay.
It's a bunch of watermelon seeds and cores and stuff that have been kicked over.
Do they look aggressive as well? Are they...
The fruit?
Alright, the miners.
The miners, yeah, they attacked Bug.
Oh, okay.
And have attacked the very swole Yuan-Ti.
Alright. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I really want to heal that guy because he was flirting with Zip before, so but at the same time I don't know if I can not heal him, so I think
Can you heal paralysis?
oh, is he paralyzed?
Yeah.
I thought he was nearly dead.
He's both.
Oh, okay. I'll utter a healing word at him, so he gets a d4 plus 3, which is going to be 7 hit points. Back. Hopefully that helps him stay alive for a bit. And I guess any of the rats that are still attacking us, near us, I'm going to attack again, two-handed, with my warhammer.
Right. Some to hits.
18.
To hit.
Okay. And 11. Yes, 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Nice. Basically, all the rats in this area have gone. There's some that have run off because you turned them, but those were like the last little rats. You just like whack-a-mole the rest of them, like boom, 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 ah! Just like, you know, out of frustration, because you know there's another foe coming, and
Yeah.
you're really hurt.
Well, not anymore. I mean, I guess yes,
the
technically,
pain
but
lingers.
yeah. Nice way of putting it. Okay, so yeah, I'll I guess that's all I can do.
Okay, Burial, you're up.
So there's not really any more rats around here to threaten me if I move back to the table.
That's right. So there's two undead creatures. One is attacking, had attacked muscly guy last turn, and one's attacking Bug.
How do Bug and Bug looks okay, right? Oh no, he got like 11 damage.
No, I got 11. So
Okay.
I only have 2 health left on the floor.
I guess Isburia's gonna run back and kind of like Kitsukata the Cruth and hit the Bug across the shoulder to give him cure wounds as well.
Right.
So that is
Faint smell of oranges as Bug hits flesh, knits itself back together.
Well, we should
not a
explain
good
for
one, sorry. 5 points.
yeah, we should explain for our new viewers that we decided earlier on that our healing potions smell like orange or citrus. Like you might get orange slices at a halftime of a game when you're young. I don't know why we decided that, but we thought it was funny, so we went with it.
So is there a bonus you're doing, or just the movement?
I will hold on to. Yeah, I don't think I'll do anything else.
Okay. Bug, you're up.
So,
I do
yeah,
actually. Sorry, one thing. I do want to interpose to keep the table between me and him.
Okay.
So just a little bit longer. Sorry, that's it.
So with me just getting attacked, I'm gonna cast my armor of Akathis.
Right. You envelop your body in a icy glow of it looks like sort of like the tentacles that you summoned last week. You can see sort of shimmery star pattern within the icy armor that's on you. If it's invisible, like it's visible to you because you know whether you still have it left. I don't remember if it's invisible to other people. I can't remember how armor evaluators work.
It's not invisible to other people, I don't think.
And then you have the option of trying to move away. If you tried to move away, he would probably attack you, which would then set off the armor.
Okay. I mean, how far can I move?
30 feet.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to move away.
All right. He's gonna take a swipe at you. 15.
15 damage, or
15 to hit.
armor class is 13.
Okay, that's a hit. And then, damage here. Does 5 damage.
Okay. So I had 5 temporary hit points, so I absorb it.
Yeah, so your armor now is gone, and it gets blasted by this cold. And it's
And it takes 5 cold damage.
yeah. So it's been injured for 5 icy damage. It's now got like little snowflakes and frost on its clawed hand. Zip, you're up next.
All right.
Oh, and sorry, let me clarify, Bug, who did you run towards or what did you run towards?
I mean, what is around me?
Well, like, you can run towards Zip and Swell, who were fighting the rats over to the side. You could, run towards where, like, trying to hide behind another different table somewhere else, or you could run down one of the passageways.
I'll run towards Zip and Swell.
Okay. Zip, your turn.
I'm gonna see my snake friend get attacked, and want to react to that. So I think I'm gonna run over to where he is and attack the ghoul that went after him. It's not the same one that went after Bug.
That's right. There's two separate undeads.
Okay. And yeah, I'm gonna swing my sword at that miner. Ah, critical fail.
All right. You have an action surge.
I think I only get one per long rest.
No, I'm just laughing based on the last farm.
And I whiffed that one too.
Yeah.
Ah.
All right, Zip, you run over with all the confidence in the world, and like you just get caught up in the texture and feel of the hilt of your sword and the leather around it, because you still, from what you were drinking earlier, you really are into textures.
And then I'm gonna. Is Snake Boy paralyzed still?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna kind of whiff it, but then also pretend still that everything's good, like I meant to do that.
What's your armor class, Zip?
It is 18.
18. All right. The ghoul, as you rightly named it earlier, turns on you because you're like right up in its grill now, attacking it, and rather than going for the easy prey, it's going for the thing that's attacking it. And it lashes at you and leaps on top of you, and its tongue comes out and it's like trying to bite you, and it's licking up against your face, and you get this dry tongue because it doesn't have any saliva, raspy against your flesh, and its claws are clawing at your armor, but not enough to penetrate your chainmail. You're not hurt by it, you're just emotionally hurt by it.
No good textures. The textures are really like messing with my vibe right now.
PTSD damage.
Gross.
So Bug had jumped off the table, and there are still other partygoers up on the tables, which include some of the people that just ran into the room, and also the lizard boy who had been serving snacks earlier. And the ghoul's just like, and like attacks 3 different ones, and they all just sort of collapse to the ground from the attacks, and they like fall onto the tables. But the partygoer.
Wait, but he wasn't he frozen?
No, that was Snake Boy. Probably should have got some names for these NPCs.
Oh, okay. The other
I wasn't
one.
interested enough in Snake Boy to actually ask what his name was.
Never once did you ask his name.
He was merely
The
a
kind
tool.
of person Zip is.
But yeah, the partygoers, inspired by your guys' bravery, have picked up, what they can use as weapons, as rocks, and are just whipping them at the ghouls. And one of them takes a good clonk on the side of the head, and another one gets one on the other side, and they're doing a bit of damage to these things. And then it's going to be Swell's turn. It's going to add up a little damage here.
Do I currently have Miner next to me, or is it the rats are all gone, right? Or the one except for the ones that ran off?
That's right. So you don't have any near you. There is the one that's attacked all of the people at the table that was attacking Bug, and does it. East Boreal's close enough to it that East Boreal could move into melee with it if he wanted.
Okay. Is anyone else in melee with that one?
And risk my clothing?
No. And Zip's in melee with the other one.
Okay. Well,
So if you
Zip
wanted to go in
can,
flank or something.
Zip can handle herself, but Bug and East Burial definitely struggle. So I'm gonna run over to that one. And...
Bug is beside you now.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. I'll attack the one that attacked Bug anyway. And
You run over, jump up on the table with your warhammer and swing at it.
yeah. 13 to hit.
Do you still have Bardic Inspiration? You don't have to use it.
I never had it. I don't think so. I don't think a super gave it to me.
13's a hit though.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. do you want to use it?
Wait.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, like, a lot of times when you roll a 13, you're like, ugh, like, you know.
Lucky 13.
Lucky 13, that's a
All
hit.
right. I think that's 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Alright. It has already been injured from the ice and from partygoers throwing rocks at it. So, it's looking like pretty mashed up at this point.
Okay.
It's sort of like, you give it a good, like, swing with the hammer, and you can see, like, this, the sort of the spinal column of this ghoul is not very strong, and it's like wibbly wobbly, and it's just sort of holding on by its last
Okay.
connection,
Nice.
last bit of animated magic.
And actually, how was Bug looking before I left them?
Was looking quite injured, but the three people on the table look even worse.
Oh, okay. And that's party goers, right?
Yeah, so there's the lizard boy and a couple of the people who you were introduced to and were chatting with earlier.
Okay. I think I'm gonna hold off doing any healing with them.
Okay.
That's it. That's my turn.
Then it's Burial's turn.
I'm going to look at the one that's seems to be on this last leg, and I'll shout, "Go home, old man! You're old and crusty, and nobody wants you here."
Okay. Sounds like
Listen, 13.
they're not wise enough to come up with a witty comeback, so give me some psychic damage.
3.
3?
Damage.
Oh, 3 is enough to make it go, huh?
Whoa.
Its head explodes from that insult. The psychic damage is enough to kill the ghoul. It had 2 hit points left, so that was pretty good.
I love it.
Nice.
So good.
For the one time I don't roll a 1 of that damage.
Yes, that's good. Good timing. You have a bonus if you want to use it?
I will go ahead and I'll bonus Bug. So I one point I'm gonna say. The food is being endangered.
Food is being dangerous.
Alright, so Bug has Bardic Inspiration, and it's Bug's turn.
Okay. So there's one more skeleton left, right?
Yeah.
And am I far away from?
You're far enough away that if you do your Eldritch Blast, you will not be at disadvantage. You'll have a clear shot on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna. With that, I shall do my blast,
Alright.
and I got 13.
13's a
Lucky
hit.
number 13.
Yep.
And 5.
5 damage. Alright. This one's looking pretty injured too. Zip.
Alright, I'm gonna go at it again. Hopefully this time I can hit it. What? No,
Oh.
cannot hit this guy.
Hey.
Another
Maybe I should
critical
have,
fail.
Oh wow. Is that
Yeah.
3 ones in a row?
Yeah. Not having much luck against these ghouls.
What's your armor class, Zip?
18.
Alright. So it has continued to attack you, and one of its claws does get in between your clavicle here. It just digs in with intense pain, causing you 7 points of slashing damage, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
7.
7, and you're paralyzed. Your muscles seize up. But the partygoers get a chance to go. And they're even more buoyed by the fact that you've dropped one of them.
With a sick burn.
And they smash this ghoul even more, and it is like really, really looking beat up as well. And we're going to go to the top of the round as well.
So there's just the one skeletal miner remaining?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna rush over and attack that guy.
Alright.
How is... I guess... She looks frozen. Like she's like... I've seen her like just... kind of like mid-pose or something. Like freeze up. Okay. Nothing I can do about that at the moment. Alright. Dirty 20 to hit.
Yep.
Warhammer, and then... Okay, I rolled a 10 plus 3, I think. Yes, 13 points of bludgeoning.
Alright. You rush over and you get your warhammer and you tee off, and his head just goes flying, hits the cavern wall, rolls down, and like breaks into pieces, and everybody's like, yeah! Although like people start rushing over to the injured people and start looking at them, and like there's more down the corridor, more people who are paralyzed.
Oh no.
And are in a panic trying to deal with what's going on.
Can I check zip to see if it... I mean, it looks like magical, but does it look like it's permanent? As far as I can tell.
It's not going to be permanent. You know,
Right.
You've never heard of, like, except for petrification, unless you actually turn to stone, you've never heard of paralyzation being permanent.
Do I have an idea of how long it might last?
Give me some sort of check to know about ghouls. So you'd
Arcana?
say, sure, I'll take Arcana. Or Arcana. Tomato, tomato.
22.
22. Do you think that it'll probably wear off very soon? Like if you were in the middle of a fight, it wouldn't wear off quickly, but now that the fight's over, Zip will be back, you know,
Okay.
in a minute or two.
I'm gonna call back. It should wear off very soon. Are there any more of them around?
I think that's the only two. Those rats will be coming back.
Oh, that's right. Half of them were scared off.
Yeah, they'll keep running for at least a minute. I'll tell everyone. Yeah, we've got a little bit of time before they come back. Let's get everyone triaged.
Wanna... Yeah.
Boxy has healed has bandaged one of the people on the table.
Boxy has?
Yeah.
Wow.
What?
Your sentient box.
Somehow. With no
Somehow.
arms. He's amazing.
Yeah. He
Okay.
opened up the lid, and then out came this bandage and it wrapped around.
How wide is
It,
that
it, it
table?
grew
Or...
prehensile hands, or prehensile tentacles, and wrapped it around and then went back.
How wide is the tunnel that the rats came into?
Like 20 feet wide.
Okay, so the tables won't block it off if I put all of them down.
I mean, the stage is pretty large, but there aren't a lot of tables. Like a lot of pillows and things.
Right. Okay. I'll just maybe say some of you who are so healthy maybe hang out by the entrance and call a warning once the rats come back, and then he's gonna try and see to the people who are paralyzed and injured and whatnot.
Okay. Is anybody using any healing spells to heal people?
Oh, no. I'm gonna medicine check to try and stabilize if they're like dying. But
Yep, they're dying.
no, if they're not dying, I'll try and keep them okay. But if they are dying, then I will cast a healing spell.
Okay. Yeah. No, the one that Boxy didn't bandage on the table is dying.
Oh, okay.
There's two of them on the table dying, and there may be more down the hallway, right? That you haven't seen.
I'll check the hallway then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
you see a paralyzed person in the hallway, and they look like they're just about dead.
Okay. Can I try and stabilize them with just medicine?
Sure, give me a medicine check.
I don't have anything on me, and I realize this as soon as I try to start. So instead, I just touch him and sing a melody and cast tunes.
Okay.
It was a really bad roll. Like an 8 total, so.
It was an 8 total? No,
Yeah.
he dies. You didn't get to him in
In
time.
6 seconds? Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was like you guys spent some time telling people, like, making plans about, you stay here, you go over there with those tables and stuff. That was like the last round you had, and you fumbled the medicine check, and this guy just, you can see the light just fade out of his eyes.
I didn't fumble it, but yeah, regardless.
Well,
but
it was an
the
8,
time.
right?
Yeah.
You're trying to get the band. You're trying to, like, you rip some of the clothes off of him, and you're going to try and wrap it around, and you're like, oh. Swell.
Cure wounds on one of them,
Okay.
and then I'll try and stabilize the other.
Okay. Give me a medicine check.
What do you want? I'll do the healing first. So they get back 5 hit points.
Sure.
And then medicine check. 19.
All right. So that one stabilizes. Good.
Yeah. There was 3 on the table that were particularly bad, right?
Yeah.
And one of them has already been stabilized by Boxy.
Yeah.
One got 5 hit points, and the other one I stabilized.
Yes.
Okay.
And we're gonna end on this sad, dour note that there's this crazy, fun party going on, and it ends with East Boreal watching the life fade from one of the revelers' eyes. Somebody she didn't get to know their name, but saw them, made eye contact with them while they were clapping and celebrating and singing along to your songs, and you didn't get there quite fast enough in order to save them. And we're going to end on that sad note tonight. So thanks everyone for coming and tuning in and joining in our adventure for the evening. I like to end the night by talking about something you guys liked, any moment that you enjoyed through the night.
Hearing, well, causing trouble between Zip and Soul was a lot of fun. But also hearing the ballad about the Time Slayers.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, I like that too.
Cool.
Yeah. Hearing
I'm really
that, I was like, are we in the far future? Is this like some kind of like 100-year-old like tale that they're telling? But
yeah, you're time travelers. You are the Titan Slayers. You guys become your own mentors, right? That's how it works.
Sounds about right.
You become a bird woman.
no, I meant like
It's a body swap.
well, what they did was like what our masters did was like centuries ago, and then we're like a few hundred years in the future. But anyway, that was my initial thought. I was like, we've been flung into the future. We're like Samurai Jack, but no, that was a good
I
one.
was thinking Fry.
Yes. No, that was cool.
I'm enjoying this drawing of Zip fighting the skeletal mice, because I was like,
Yeah.
afterwards, I was like, skeletal mice are not fun to draw, but you found a way to cartoon them.
They're kind of hard to draw because I don't really know what a mouse skeleton looks like.
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of like resources to pull from. You're not like, oh yeah, I'll just draw it the way they drew skeletal mice and Mickey Mouse. That's more anthropomorphic mouse,
Yeah.
like the on 4 legs ones.
Some of them are in half if you look closely.
Yes,
They've been
I like
severed.
Yes.
That's great. I started to draw the bite, but I didn't get very far.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. We're actually going to do a special game night, I think, on Saturday. Is everybody still in for doing Saturday night drawing fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to, instead of play Dungeons and Dragons, we're going to do some just fun drawing games. There will be some Dungeons and Dragons themed games this time.
Nice.
And we're going to do that on Saturday. And then next Tuesday, we'll be doing it same time. Come join us for more Dungeons and Dragons and drawings. Let's do our outros. Do you want to say goodbye? We'll start with Boya.
Hello, I'm Boya. Thank you for watching, and check out my stuff on my website and my Instagram. And I'm currently working on 5 Worlds.
5 Worlds, a fantastic graphic novel
It's a graphic novel, yes.
series, a five-book series.
By 5 people. I'm one of the 5 people.
You're one of the 5 worlds.
One of the 5
I'm
worlds.
testing a theme here.
A lot of 5s. Yes.
Priscilla.
I'm Priscilla. I am an illustrator and artist who works primarily in books and tabletop games. You can find me at priscilla-kim.com, or actually just priscillakim.com as well. I finally got my full domain.
Nice.
And Autumn Flame on Twitter,
All right.
which actually I just realized you can see down there. So.
Caitlin.
Thanks for watching, guys. I've been Caitlin. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I occasionally post stuff. Yeah, see you on Saturday. Woo!
And Matt.
Hey, I've been Matt playing Swell. Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for the new followers. Yeah, really excited to get more people along. Yeah, follow me along at MK Hottie on Instagram and Twitter. I've been posting just some artwork of characters, like parties from other RPGs I've been playing lately. So yeah, it's been fun.
And I'm Brian, and this week or today I just put out a Christmas card that people can send to each other. I'm gonna see if I can drop it in here. So it's a little bit Dungeon Dragon-y theme. I gotta find my small version of it. I don't know if I've got it here. Oh well. It's gonna be huge, I think. I'm trying to pop it in. But yeah, it's a couple of gingerbread gladiators who are fighting. If you want to see the whole thing, you can follow me on Twitter. But thanks for joining us. Spread the word, and if you enjoyed it, and may all your markers be magical. May you draw inspiration from your adventures. I don't know. We need a catchphrase at the end. If you have one, feel free to send it in. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Night.